When it comes to the tree and shrub selection, um, several things you have to look at, and I'm gonna address some of them. Select the appropriate site and location. Use this phrase, keep the right tree on the right place. Lots of people plant a good tree on the wrong spot or wrong tree on the right spot. So it's very important that you little bit understand that each tree requires certain um, they grow differently, they have a different shape, they have a different heights, they have a different density, longevity, and all of that. So understand some of the characteristics of the trees. Spacing, again, it's optional in many ways, but make sure that you have a certain distances from the certain structure. That's why I said always visit already established shelterbelts. You can choose between the open field or your yard or your farm, and that there is a different trees that prefer the much more open field versus around the home. And last and not least, as I mentioned in the previous slide, diversity, diversity, diversity. The more the trees and shrubs you plant, the better it is. Here is one of the example of the good tree at the wrong spot. On the top left corner here, you have this monster tree is right next to the buildings. It's a great tree, but it's nothing that you inherit a pile of problems that include the foundation, include the structure, include the leaves and windows and danger and safety and all kind of things that you're going to inherit if you plant the trees too close. On the right side, again, it doesn't make sense to plant these close trees to the buildings because of the heat of the cement is really killing these trees and reducing the lifespan of this Swedish aspen probably by 50%. On the roads, lots of trees can go to the roots and wreck your sidewalks, wreck your entrance, or if you have a pavement. This is also very notorious that people plant lots of trees under the power line, and these trees is constantly under the stress, and eventually their lifespan is reduced by probably 50%. And again, this is an example where the tree blow down. They planted the trees in really wet area, and the root system are very shallow and blow down. So you try to avoid these costly mistakes, because if you plant the trees on the good tree on the wrong spot, you're going to inherit all of the problems that the trees provide. The other thing which is very important for your area, because you do have a area with a high salinity, this is a list of the species that are salt tolerant. I want to really emphasize that don't plant Russian olive, and if you can avoid the Karagana, great. Russian olive is very invasive. It's spreading in southern Alberta. It's taking lots of our riparian area. You don't want to do that. Rest of the trees and shrubs can tolerate certain level of the salt. Salt kills two ways. One way when people use on the highways and spray the road to de-icing. The other way when that salt stay in the ditches and the roots absorb and store within a tree, and that's where is the most danger part when the tree absorbs within when the tree absorbs salt within, and after that nothing much you can do. So one of the things I emphasize to everybody, spruce is notoriously not susceptible to the salt, and if you have a road that is people use the salt for the icing, do not plant spruce along that road because it will be killed. Plant the spruce furthest away from any salt. And again, the other thing what you might do with the salt, mulching. You might put some of the mulching to keep the moisture more and protect the roots in that sense. The other thing before you choose a species, there is a wonderful software that many tree nurseries in Alberta use. It's called Net Plant Search. This is the website for the Eagle Lake. This is not endorsement of the Eagle Lake Tree Nursery whatsoever. And this software it's free. You can choose the heights, you can choose the color, you can choose the roots, you can choose the soil, you can choose the shape. There is so many options that you can choose, and once you click search, it's going to give you a list. And once that list, you can click on the species that you like it's going to be the description. It's incredible software that I would encourage anybody to use it. And again, this one is on the Eagle Lake Tree Nursery, and you can see on the search by category, we have evergreen, flowering, shrubs, name it. This is an incredible software, and I would like to guys let you know to use this as much as you can. Tree forms, again, not every tree is the same. As you can see, the all variety of the tree forms, and pay attention to that. Some of the forms, again, if you have a columnar form, again, you might have that protection or the privacy, or you have a spreading form that you need as wide as possible. So the form is one of the also crucial factors that you might consider before you choose the species.